Yeah, the totals, I mean, acquisitions are up 141% in the last 10 years. Capital is up over 412%. This is an incredible increase in interest in this space. And why is it happening? And I would even argue, why should it happen? I think that more M&A is actually better for the startup ecosystem, and I want to give you 4 reasons why. You can, of course, as we said, read more about this in the forthcoming white paper that we have. This will be released to everybody that signed up for this event. We'll send it to your email. You can also follow our channels, MasterCard Lighthouse on LinkedIn, and also Invenio Growth, which is producing some of this research. But basically, 4 reasons why more startup M&A can improve the health of the financial services ecosystem. Number 1, more exits, which we remember these M&A transactions are the most common way to exit your company, but more exits mean more VC. And if you remember VC as this super important part of the ecosystem, it allows so many founders to take risks. And it's a great, it is something that we need to continue investing in and sustaining. So more exits equal more VC capital. Acquisitions, this is the second reason, are a partnership readiness indicator. If you have what it takes to get past the legal, regulatory, and customer references that is required to be acquired by another company, that sends a really strong signal. And we think that more founders should be building their company toward a goal of saying, would we pass a due diligence assessment if somebody wanted to acquire us? Because we've seen it happen before. We've seen companies fail those due diligence assessments before. And we think it's a very good way to keep focus in these difficult, very difficult and very statistically improbable moments of getting acquired. We finally think that acquisitions are a best practice for growth, specifically within financial services. If you look at the biggest companies that sell in the financial services industry, these are companies like Fiserv, FIS, Jack Henry. They're built out of acquisitions. Jack Henry has over 50 acquisitions in its history. FIS has over 30 acquisitions. Fiserv has 36. These are the ones that we know about. And it's an incredible growth path for fintechs, because actually what it does is it forces you to bring more products into these very complex deals that have very long sales cycles. And we all know that it's much easier to cross-sell than it is to break into new relationships. So this is a reason why we think that acquisitions are a best practice within financial services industry. And finally, the data that you can see here on the slide, companies that buy other companies actually get a valuation bump up when it's early on in that acquisition phase. So this chart here talks about the average valuation step up multiple that is accessed by companies acquiring another firm. So if you think about it this way, I'm gonna go, I have my startup today. I try to go raise VC by myself without having acquired a company, and on average, my step-up valuation is 4 times. If I go buy another company, I actually see an increase in the multiple that investors are willing to pay for my company, simply because I'm able to demonstrate this best practice approach to growth. So there it is. That's our 4 reasons.